Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mabs, I'm a student and I'm 16 years old.
I'm going to ask you some questions based on the media and film genres. What media platforms do you most often use?
I'm mostly on my phone, so it would be like Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, stuff like that.
How often do you attend the cinema?
Literally, I'm not a cinema person, I'm more of like a home movie person, so like twice a year maybe.
How do you choose to watch your films?
At home normally, like on my TV or iPad, something like that. Like,
Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix, yeah.
Yes. What's your favourite film genre and why?
I like romantic films because I don't know, I'm like one of those, like, I'm not a soppy person, but when it comes to those films I'm just like, okay, yeah, I love these.
How do you feel about the genre social realism?
I think social realism is kind of, it's enlightening. I like the fact that it always has a message to it, and I can learn something from the genre.
Are you able to name a film that you've learned something from that's social realist?
I remember watching Murdered by My Boyfriend, and that was a really good one because it was about domestic violence, and I remember coming into school and all my friends were talking about it, and it kind of stirred a conversation, so it was kind of like, it was enlightening for kind of the youth and everyone who watched it.
Okay, so where do you find yourself seeing the most film advertisements?
Like I said, I'm always on social network sites, so like Twitter.
Okay. Would you go and watch a new film based on domestic violence, and why? Well, you basically kind of just said with Murdered by My Boyfriend, didn't you? So.
Yeah, I think I would, because it's kind of like, it's educational, and I like the fact that I'm learning something from it, because I do like films that I learn stuff from as well. Yeah, and I think they're the most enjoyable because they're relatable and they're real.
Yeah. Do you think that the British film industry is recognised enough, and why?
No, I don't. I feel like it's kind of like British actors and actresses, they kind of get put to the side. So in terms of making it big, or kind of films that make it big, they're normally American, and they're the things that we've watched. Like even as a child, I remember watching American films and American movies, and it's kind of like you never really see the big break for a British actor unless they go to America, like the recent Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And the final question, how do you actually feel, not in regards to like films, but on the topic of domestic violence itself, how do you actually feel about that?
Personally, I feel like it's something that should get spoken about a lot more, because it goes on behind closed doors, and a lot of women and even men, it happens to men as well, it's kind of like a taboo and they don't really want to talk about it, but it really should be spoken about. It's one of those things where if the more we talk about it, the less it will happen, and the more people can realise the signs before it happens. So yeah, I think it should be spoken about.
Yeah, that was the last question. But thank you, Mabs. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
That's brilliant. Oh.